Hello and welcome to Sant Andrew Institute of Technology and Management, Gurgaon. This is online lecture series. I am Rohit Raj from Civil Engineering Department. Today we will discuss sewage and treatment, which is in your 6th semester syllabus. This is 11th lecture of this course, and today we will discuss the BOD determination. Till now we have discussed what is BOD. Now we will know how to calculate BOD. Okay, so let's start with BOD calculation. Okay, we know that why we test BOD for 5 days, as because for from 6th or 7 days, uh, generally nitrogen uh, comes into effect. Okay, so we'll only choose this for 6 to 7 days, as because nitrification starts after 6 or 7 days. So therefore we will choose 5 day. Okay, now how we are going to calculate this, let's see. Okay, in fact the sanitary engineers are more concerned with this first stage demand. That is, what is first stage? That is uh, carbonaceous demand. Okay, second one is nitrogenous, that starts from 6 to 7 days. So we are not concerned with that. What we are concerned about here is carbonaceous demand, oxygen demand. So we'll choose 5 days for our BOD calculation. Now the rate at which BOD is satisfied at any time depends upon the temperature. Okay, so how it is affected? It is dependent on temperature and the amount of organic matter present in the sewage. Yes, of course, the BOD of a region is affected by temperature and the amount of organic matter. More the temperature, more the requirement of oxygen, therefore higher the BOD. And more the organic matters present, more the requirement of oxygen to decompose that, higher the BOD. Okay, so therefore we can relate it with a first order kinetics that you might have studied in your basic chemistry, that first order reaction. Okay, so rate at which BOD is satisfied at any time, the rate of deoxygenation, that is called as rate of deoxygenation. Okay, depends on temperature and also on the amount of organic matters present in sewage at that time. Okay, so this is the relation. Okay, thus at a certain temperature, the rate of deoxygenation is assumed to be directly proportional to the amount of organic matter in the sewage at that time. If we take temperature as constant, then how the rate of deoxygenation can be assumed to be related with the organic matter? It is directly proportional. Okay, as we know that the more the organic waste present, the more higher the requirement of oxygen to get consumed. So the rate of deoxygenation will also be directly proportional to the amount of organic matter present. Okay, so just keep this in mind, that rate of deoxygenation is assumed to be directly proportional to the amount of oxygen matter present, and this can be seen also here. Okay, if the amount of organic matter is present is shown in this graph. Okay, and this is time. Okay, so as the time increases, the amount of organic matter decreases, and with this decrease, what will happen? The requirement also decreases. Okay, so the rate of deoxygenation will also similarly decrease. Okay, so based upon the assumption that is the rate of deoxygenation is directly proportional to the amount of organic matter, we can come across to this equation. That is, what is this? This equation clearly shows that rate of deoxygenation is directly proportional to the amount of organic matter present. Okay, and here LT, oxygen equivalent of carbonaceous oxidizable organic matter present. Okay, where LT is oxygen equivalent of carbonaceous, only carbonaceous, not nitrogenous. Okay, so that is first stage for 5 days. Okay, so here we are concerned with only carbonaceous, that is for 5 days BOD. Okay, after that requirement start of nitrogenous. Okay, nitrification process starts after 6th or 7th day. So oxygen equivalent of carbonaceous oxidizable organic matter present in seaways after T days from the start of oxidation. Means what is LT? LT is uh, oxygen equivalent that is required for the carbonaceous organic matter to get oxidized, and that is in terms of time, means at certain time period after the oxidation start. Okay, or after the start of oxidation. Okay, and here what is K? It is constant. Why there is a minus sign over there? You might have noticed that why there is a minus sign. Minus sign clearly resembles that it is decreasing with the time. Okay, and here also you can see in this diagram also that it is decreasing with respect to the time. Okay, so this is for that decrease change. Okay, the change is directly proportional, but this is decreasing, that therefore we will put minus sign over there. And T is time and K is constant, and that constant is rate constant, signifying the rate of oxidation of organic matter. What does this signify? This signifies the rate of oxidation of organic matter, and it depends upon the nature of organic matter and temperature. Yes, of course, the constant will vary according to the nature of organic matter or temperature. Okay, now we are with this equation, that is dl by dt. No, okay, dl by dt is equals to minus klt. Okay, here t is suffix. Okay, that clearly resembles for any instant, that is time t. Okay, after the start of what? After the start of oxidation process. Okay, here small t, this clearly resembles the time t after the start of oxidation process. Okay, now if we start integrating them, and how we will integrate this? We will just take this LT to this side, okay, and take that DT to that side. This is how we do simple irrigation integration, that is variable separable, and we will separate the variables. One side, that is LT will be in left side and DT would go on right side. This will come to this portion, that is DLT divided by LT is equals to minus K dt. And now what we'll do, we'll integrate both sides and we'll come with log, and that is base E LT is equals to, and we will integrate if K dt, then it will become minus, that is minus is also here. So that will become minus KT, and one constant will be there, that is integration constant. Okay, and how we will get the value of this constant? But just by boundary conditions. You are in third year of engineering, so now you are aware, you should be well aware of these. Okay, if you are facing any kind of problem, just go and refer to basic uh, uh, partial differential equation, okay, or differential equation, basic differential equation. There you will get these. Okay, till then, if you are facing any problem, just keep this mind that for integrating, we just separated different variables, that is from here LT, we have transferred this LT to here, and there it was earlier DT. that went to right side. Okay, now it is child's play to get to integrate this. Okay, it's basic integration that uh, 1 by LT, if integrated with DLT, then it will become log LT, and this is basic. Okay, uh, dx, integration of dx is x, so that is minus kt. Okay, and plus c is a constant of integration. Now we'll do boundary conditions. Okay, so when t is equals to 0, that is at the start of oxidation. Okay, means when there is total organic matter present. Okay, means organic matters have not decomposed, just started decomposition. Okay, so there what will be LT? LT will be L, that is maximum. Okay, so at t is equals to 0, LT will be L max. So now if we can substitute this in 7.13, that is this equation, if we will substitute that in this equation, then we will get uh, log L0, that is L0 what will become? L maximum L, and here T will be 0, so S will be 0. So C, what will be C? C will be similar, simply C is equals to log L, that is C is equals to, here you can get C is equals to log L. L is maximum, what? Maximum oxygen equivalent of, carbonaceous oxidizable organic matter present in seaways. Okay, at initial point, if it is only L, and at time t, then it will be LT. So here we can write C is equals to log base E L. We are well aware why we are keeping base E here, because for integration, the basics is that when we integrate 1 by L with DL, then it is log base E. Okay. Now, if we put the value of C in equation 1.3 again in this equation, okay, in this equation, then what will happen? Just we will put this, then it will become log base E LT is equals to minus KT plus, instead of C, what we will write here, log base E L. Okay, and now we can bring this to left side, then it will become log base E LT minus log base E L is equals to minus KT. Now we can solve this, okay, logarithm, and for minus, if we have to bring them for single log, for single base log, okay, so what will happen, this minus sign will be changed by division. Okay, this is basic property. Okay, if we have subtraction in log, so it can be replaced by single log and the terms get divided. Okay, and instead of this subtraction, if there would have been addition, then these instead of division, this will become multiplication. Okay, so log base E LT by L is equals to minus KT. Now, if we want to remove this log base E, because we in general calculation we use what? Log base 10. So we can simply change log base E to log base 10 just with the multiplication of 2.3. Okay, so this will become 2.3 log base 10 LT by L is equals to minus KT. You can go further, log base 10 LT by L is equals to minus KT divided by 2.3, and this will become minus 0.434 KT. Okay, so using this, we know that this is our rate constant. Okay, deoxygenation constant. So KD, here we call this as KD, where KD is the deoxygenation constant, or more strictly the BOD rate constant. Okay, we can either say it as deoxygenation rate constant or simply BOD rate constant. Okay, that is on base 10. Okay, you just keep this in mind that for base 10 it is this. Okay, and if it was base E, then we not need to divide it with this. Okay, that is 2.3. Okay, it was simply minus kt. Okay, so this will be only k. So if we need to sometime use this relation that we have to change for we need know the deoxygenation constant in base E, then how we are going to use that for base 10? Then we can use simply this relation. Okay, that is 0.434. Now we have log base 10 LT by L is equals to minus KDT. KD here resembles 0.434 K. Okay. Now we know the inverse of log. Okay. Now we know the inverse of log. We can, if you don't know, then you just see in any book, any textbook, you'll find there. I'll try to tell you guys also here also. Simply we need, log is basically reverse of exponents. Okay. So what is written here just remains, and this will become, this term will become the exponent of, this will become the exponent of 10. Okay. Now L is organic matter present in, so what it will become, this will become LT divided by L is equals to 10 raised to the power minus KD by T. If here if here written there was a 10, 12, 14, then this will become 10 raised to the power 12 or 14 or 15 or X or Y or Z. We need not to worry about written, what is written over here. We just change them. We just take them to the exponent of 10. Okay. So this is basics of log and exponent. Okay. So here will come, we get this LT divided by L is equals to 10 raised to the power minus KD by T. Now L is the organic matter present at the start of BOD reaction. We know this. Okay. From here also, what is L? L is for time 0. That is initial. Okay, at the start of reaction. And what is LT at time T? Okay, organic matter equivalent oxygen. Okay. So if YT represents the total amount of organic matter oxidized in T days, then YT will be L minus LT, simple. Okay. If we represent YT with the amount of uh, organic matter that gets oxidized in certain duration T, what is LT? LT is basically left portion. Okay. And L is initially what was there. Okay. So if we subtract LT from L, then we will get YT, that is the total that has been oxidized. Okay. So YT will be the amount that gets oxidized during for the duration of T, and L is the amount that was at time 0, that is initial amount. Okay. And LT is amount that has left after time T. Okay, so consumed will be YT, that is initial minus for that time left. So taking L out of bracket, YT will become L into 1 minus LT by L. So this will become finally YT by L is equals to 1 minus LT by L. And substituting this value of LT by L in equation 7.15, we'll get 1 minus YT by L is equals to 10 raised to the power minus KT T. Okay. And if we will bring this to the right side, so this will become YT is equals to L into 1 minus 10 raised to the power minus KDT. And why we are concerned about, why we need to know this YT, because it is the amount that gets consumed for that duration T. Okay. we assume that for a LT to be the amount that is still there, okay, that is left. But what is YT? YT is the amount that gets consumed, okay, for any duration, that is T. So this is an important equation. YT is the oxygen absorbed for T days, okay. So YT, we are now aware with this. What is YT? YT is simply L into 1 minus 10 raised to the power minus kdt, okay. You just need to remember this, okay. This is the important equation for the calculation of oxygen absorbed in T days, okay. You'll calculate this. Suppose if we know the value of kd for the base E, so what will happen? We'll just replace this formula, okay. uh, Instead of 10 we write here base as E, okay, and we'll use that value, okay. So this is an important equation, okay. The ultimate BOD, ultimate stage BOD, that is YU would be obtained from the above equation when we substitute T is equals to infinity, okay. If we need to know the ultimate BOD, that is final, okay. So that value can be obtained using with the substitution of T is equals to infinity, because we know that this reaction lasts for long durations, okay. So we need to put this T as infinity and we will be able to calculate, and that will be YU is equals to L. You can check this. YU is equals to L into 1 minus 10 raised to the power minus KD into what? T, that is here infinity. And anything that is raised with infinity becomes infinity. Otherwise, if it is 1 by 10 raised to the power infinity, this will become 0 simply because 1 is divided by infinity, that will become 0. So here we are left with only L, okay. So this also proves that our equation or our assumption is correct, that it takes infinite time to get consumed what? L, that is what is L? L is organic matter, oxygen equivalent of organic matter initially, okay. So for total decomposition it will take infinite time, okay, that is for 100%. Hence the ultimate first stage BOD of a given sewage is equal to the initial oxygen equivalent, okay. So ultimate first stage BOD will be what? Initial oxygen equivalent, okay. This is a fixed quantity and do not depends upon the temperature of oxidation, okay. So this quantity is fixed and do not get changed with the change in temperature, okay. Now the value of Kd, however, determine the speed of BOD reaction. Yes, what is this? This is rate constant, okay. So this will hamper the uh, rate of BOD, okay. So, but here also it do not affects the ultimate BOD, that is L, okay. It can go like this, okay. It may also go like this, but ultimately this is constant, okay. That is ultimate, okay, BOD. Now we have another empirical formula. If we know KD for our assumptions, that is we know this for 20 degrees Celsius, but suppose we are not supporting environment condition, that is their temperature is not 20 degrees Celsius, then what will happen? We are not able to determine it accurately. So there is an empirical formula for calculation of KD at different temperature if we know the value at 20 degrees Celsius, okay. How we will calculate that? Simply we'll use this relation. This is empirical relation that says that KD for any temperature T will be KD at 20 degrees Celsius, okay, multiplied with 1.047 raised to the power T minus 20 degrees Celsius. You will say that if temperature is higher than 20 degrees Celsius, then what will happen? Yes, of course, the sign will be positive. If it is lower than 20 degrees Celsius, then this sign gets negative. So you can clearly understand if it is positive, then this value will become higher. And so the KD 20 degrees Celsius is multiplied with higher values than 1. So this will become more. Okay. So rate of reaction will increase with the increase in temperature. Similarly, if temperature is lower, that is, suppose here it is 18 degree, 15 degree, this will become negative, and this leads to decreasing. Okay, so it gets reduced, and so we get lesser values of KD at temperature below 20 degrees Celsius. You can obtain this using this relation, that is KD for any temperature T will be KD at 20 degrees Celsius multiplied with 1.047 raised to the power T minus 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, and KD20 is what? Deoxygenation constant at 20 degrees Celsius. Its numerical value varies between 0.05 to zero point 0.2 per day. Okay, now uh, once we start solving these problems, we need to note this, that unit here is per day. Okay, and it is 0.05 to zero point 0.2 per day. Okay, rate of that reaction. There are specific values for KD at 20 degrees Celsius for various type of water and wastewater, that is tap waters, it is less than 0.05. Surface water, it is 0.05 to 0.1. Municipal wastewater, that is 0.1 to 0.15. And treated sewage effluents, it is 0.05 to 0.1. Okay. Now this is BOD curve. Okay. This is OAD. It represents first stage carbonaceous demand, and what will be second stage? That is nitrification demand. Okay, this is nitrification demand. Okay, AC is second stage nitrification demand, and OAC curve depend on combined. Okay, and total this curve will show as combined. Okay, combined curve, and YU is what? First stage BOD, and here this represents second stage, and we are not concerned with this its calculation. Okay, second stage nitrification demand, we are only concerned with carbonaceous demand. Okay, this diagram also you can understand. This is only carbonaceous, and then it is nitrification oxygen demand. Okay, before coming to other tests, we will solve uh, one problem of this. Okay, you just see this. The BOD 6 of a wastewater is determined to be 400 milligram per liter at 20 degrees Celsius. In this question, you will understand every concept. Okay, the value of K is at 20 degrees Celsius is known to be 0.23 per day. Okay, what would be the BOD 8 if the test were run at 15 degrees Celsius? First of all, we know the value at 20 degrees Celsius, that is K. Okay, so we need to use it for 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, and we know the relation, that is BOD at any instant T will be equal to BOD, okay, into ultimate BOD into 1 minus exponent into KT, that may be log, or that may be E into minus KTT. Okay, we also know for any for K, we know these two relations. Okay, we know them. Okay, we now we are aware with these relation. Okay, that is KT for any temperature T will get using the relation K20 into 1.047 into t raised to the power minus 20. So we will calculate this BODU, that is ultimate BOD, using that relation. Okay, how we will calculate ultimate BOD? We know BOD 6, so we will place BOD 6 here, that is 400. Okay, BOD 6 we know for 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, so BOD 6 will use here. Okay, now in the left part, that is BOD 6. Now we need to know BOD ultimate, that is BODU. BODU will remain over here, and this whole portion come under this. Okay, that is BOD 6 at 20 degrees Celsius. This represents BOD 6 at 20 degrees Celsius divided with 1 minus exponent of minus K26. That is whole written over there. This equation will come under this. Okay, now we are able to solve this. As we know, for 20 degrees Celsius it is 0.23. So we'll solve the just by putting them values. Okay, 1 minus here 10 raised to the power minus 0.23 into 6. So we'll get 0.534. Okay, what we calculated here, that is ultimate BOD. Now we need to find out BOD for 8 days. Okay, after 8 days, if the test were runs at 15 degrees Celsius. For 15 degree, what will change? K will change here. So first we'll calculate K for 15 degree. That will become K15 is equals to K20 into 1.407 in raised to the power 15 minus 20. You will not change this as 20 minus 15, as because the relation is t minus 20 degree. Whether it will come negative or positive, that will be maintained. Okay, so this will become now negative 5. Okay, so we'll divide this with 1.047 raised to the power 5. Okay, so this will become 0.183 instead of 0.23, that is for 20 degrees Celsius. This will be 0.183. Here also you can notice that for temperature less than 15 degrees Celsius it is lower. For temperature less than 20 degrees Celsius, that is for 15 degrees Celsius, it is lesser value for as compared with the 20 degrees Celsius. Now we'll calculate BOD for after 8 days for 15 degrees Celsius. We'll put in the same equation, that is BOD for any time, BOD for after any time, that is T days, that is 8 days here, and at any temperature, that is 15 degrees Celsius. We'll substitute the ultimate BOD. We know the ultimate BOD, that is here 534.458, and we also know this expression 1 minus 10 raised to the power minus K15 into 8, and then we'll be getting this value. Okay, so that is 410. So that's all for today. Okay, thank you for listening and feel free to ask any doubt. Thank you.